Take a number.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to discuss Pleasure a Lady by Nicole Jordan. Last video was about Sophia's first romance novel that she read. This is my first romance novel that I can remember reading.
What does that mean?
It means that I read like a lot of other ones, but this is like the first one where I got the bug.
I didn't know that. I thought this was the first.
I first read this book because I found it at a friend's house, and it was their parents' book.
I thought it was Mom's.
No, it was Logan's Mimi's.
That's an 80-year-old woman you're talking about. This is a book with sex. Actually, have decent sex.
I was in 7th grade and I found it and I was just like, this looks interesting. I knew what it was. And I was like skimming through it, like making sure nobody could see me that I was reading it. And then when I went home,
this book?
no, I went home and I illegally downloaded it. I'm so sorry. I own the book. I own the book now. But when I was in 7th grade and I didn't have any money, I illegally downloaded it. So the book is about our heroine Arabella and our hero Marcus. And Arabella and her two sisters become the ward of Marcus because for some reason their step-uncle can just will them away like that.
Yeah.
And Marcus is like, don't want this, and I'm going to give them huge dowries and marry them off as fast as possible. And the girls don't want this, so Arabella goes up to him and she's like, we have our own lives, we have a finishing school that we started up, we can take care of ourselves, leave us alone. And Marcus is like, not gonna do that. He says, I bet that I can get you to marry me in a month. And she says, 2 weeks. And he's like, deal. And so the book is him trying to convince her to marry him and her being completely adamantly against it. And of course, them ending up together.
Yeah, of course.
As you do. So this is a decent book. And I would recommend it to be read.
Yeah, I recommend this book as like, listen, if you're looking for a historical romance novel to read, this is a really good, this is, you know, it's a fun read, it's a light read, it's not going to be surprising, definitely no plot twists. Everything's just very simple. I think it's just, yeah.
Well, it started strong and then it went down according to her.
So now we're going to give our thoughts.
So I say this is a good book. It's a decent book. It's well-rounded. It hits where it needs to hit. It's not unexpected. It doesn't have a lot of plot twists, but it doesn't need it, in my opinion. It's just a good, solid book.
Yeah, I think if you're somebody who likes a stereotypical historical romance novel, this is going to be a book that fulfills that
niche.
Yeah. Which is, you know, the entire genre that we're reviewing.
There is a little problem with the point of view changes. They interchange, like, on the same page and there aren't any breaks. Like, usually when the point of view changes, it's with the next, like, there's an indentation between paragraphs or there's a new chapter. This one is just willy-nilly, which was a little confusing to me.
I didn't notice this at all. I didn't care. I was fine. I thought a lot of this book was just, you know, I wasn't ever really excited or in love with the book, but I was never upset with it. At the same time, I could easily see how somebody could be upset with it because there are certain points where Marcus, the character, is consistently trying to woo Arabella. She says no and he says but.
He's relentless. The first penetrative love scene, they have a fight and he is mad at her and he bursts into her room and he like hauls her off into his and he kisses her.
And he gets her consent there.
That is a little problematic, that one moment. But after he kisses her, he stops and she says to keep kissing her. And then they kiss and then they're on the bed and he says, if you want this, you have to, like, tell me you want this. And she does. And then they have sex.
Yeah.
But if that is a squick for you, this is not a book for you.
Yeah.
You need to be aware of that. But from where I am, I thought it was fine. But
I think this book exhibits a lot of the tropes that you kind of, if it were written now, you would kind of say, no thank you.
Yeah,
I don't need that.
Yeah, it's a little bit more old school, but not, like, offensively so.
It's not like a bodice ripper where it's like, that's a rape. Those are our feelings on the book. Anna, did you have any other thoughts to add?
I do like to say that I like how he's the one who comes to terms with his feelings first. He's like, oh, I'm in love with her, and I'm going to work at this. I'm going to show her. I'm going to put in the effort.
You remember when Anna called him relentless? Well, this is one of the ways he exhibits it, by saying, I want to be with you.
It's just like, this is how invested I am. And it's like, he hyper fixates on her, and then it's like a dog with a bone. He just can't let it go.
Yeah. So that can work for you. It may not work for you. Either way, totally valid.
Yeah, because some people might find that, like, stifling, and other people might flourish under that kind of attention. Yeah. And Arabella does. She gets very flustered and happy, but, like, guilty happy, and it's cute.
Yeah.
Now, the reason why Arabella is so hesitant or resistant to Marcus is because of her relationship with her parents and her parents' relationship. And at times, a lot of people would find this annoying. I, on the other hand, fully sympathize and empathize because of my own relationship with my parents. And I understood, even though I'm like, Arabella, you're shooting yourself in the foot, I understand. Other people might not be so understanding, and they might call her annoying. But I'm fine with it, and I didn't think she was annoying.
Yeah. I didn't think she was annoying either. I could easily see how someone else might feel that way, so keep that in mind.
In my opinion, she's not annoying because this girl is in constant fight or flight mode, and most times she picks both. They have a very relationship.
Antagonistic, is that the word?
Yeah, and headbutting. Yeah, there's lots of headbutting. So we rate our books based off of our rubric, which is plot, characters, romance, world building, and good ending. And then we total it up for our total score. So for the plot of this book, I give it a solid 3 out of 5.
Here's the thing. Anna and I gave this entire book across the board.
Across the board, I was 3 out of 5.
3 out of 5, except for me. And I gave the ending a 4 out of 5 because I thought it came together really well, and I thought writing-wise, it just... For me, so much of the ending, it can either be rushed or overwhelmed, or it's too many things because they're like, we gotta cram this in here. No. This book knew the pace it was at, and it continued at that pace, and I thought it culminated in a very nice ending, okay? So I gave it a 4 out of 5. Now, technically, my scores both of our scores come out at a 3 out of 5 stars. In my heart, I'm rating this book a 3.5 star, okay? Gets to be that way. I don't know what else to rate it a little higher on, but that's the way it is in my heart.
Which is fair. So across the board, it's a 3 out of 5 for me, and I would definitely recommend it.
I would recommend it too. I just make some face. I would get to know the person first, and then I would go, this is the book for you.
Okay, well,
if you like... I'm not going to say Julia Quinn. Because Julia Quinn's a little tamer. Julia Quinn doesn't have smut. I'm going to say, in my heart of hearts, Eloisa James. I feel like they're on the same...
I like Nicole Jordan more.
Yeah. I'd rate Nicole Jordan a little higher, but I feel like if you like Eloisa James...
They go hand in hand.
Yeah, it's kind of like, you probably like both of them. They're both a little older, but they still write, kind of in the same realm of world building and stuff like that. Yeah, they exist within the same world. Like, I'm not saying if you're a Julia Quinn fan, you're gonna love Elizabeth Hoyt. No. Different world building styles. So if you like Eloisa James, you will probably enjoy that too. So then I recommend it to you.
That is our review, our spoiler-free review of To Pleasure a Lady by Nicole Jordan. And if you would like to see our recounting of the plot and our full in-depth, minutia review, then please continue on or click on the next video, and we will see you there.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching. I'm Anna.
I'm Sophia.
And this is Take a Number.
Or is it?